Goniometry is a measurement to assess range of motion. We can look at range of motion as a passive movement, as you can see here, in which the joint is moved as a result of an outside force. In active range of motion, the patient is using muscle contractions to move the knee through its full range of motion. To start the knee range of motion, we will take our goniometer and place it on the axis of rotation. To do this, we're going to palpate for the lateral epicondyle of the femur. We'll then line up the stationary arm with the lateral midline of the femur, and then we're going to put the moving arm in line with the lateral midline of the fibula using the lateral malleolus of the fibular head as a marker. Once you take note of the starting position on the goniometer, you can have the patient go ahead and flex their knee. You can see that I move the goniometer as I go, keeping the stationary and moving arm in their correct placement. We can see that the measurement was around 136 degrees, which is within the expected normal range. For our shoulder extension movement, the patient will be lying prone, and we will palpate for the acromion process as the axis of rotation. The stationary arm will stay in line with her lateral midline, while the moving arm is going to follow the lateral epicondyle of the humerus as a marker. Here we see that the patient has their palm facing upward, but we want to make sure that the palm is facing the body when we take a shoulder extension measurement. Our starting point was 0, so our shoulder extension range of motion is 62 degrees. For our measurement of ankle dorsiflexion, the starting point is 90 degrees, so you can see me help her get into that 90-degree position before she goes through the range of motion. The moving arm for this measurement will be parallel to the lateral aspect of the fifth metatarsal, so it's important not to have that arm touching the metatarsal, but make sure that it is parallel to get an accurate reading. When we are taking the measurement for plantar flexion, we're also going to have a starting angle of 90 degrees. So we'll just have the client get into that starting position and then point their toes. And again, making sure that the moving arm is parallel to the lateral aspect of the fifth metatarsal, not touching it. It's not surprising that the plantar flexion range of motion is higher than the normal value because this person is a swimmer, so they have a lot of flexibility in their ankles from kicking. Both of these ankle range of motions can also be done with the client sitting at the end of a table with their knees flexed and their ankles at 90 degrees.